So for the first time, I think the lichens have the upper paw.
Yeah.
Now, how did this turn of events come about for those who may have forgotten the second one? Because it really kind of picks up from the second one, right? And the third one is a prequel.
But yeah, this starts out right where the second one ends, and then we sort of cut to the fact that Celine has been in a cryogenic type sleep coma for 12 years. And so when she wakes up and finds that everything is different in the world and humans are aware of vampires and werewolves and all that, we're finding out at the same time as she is finding out. So the audience are kind of on the same page with her, which is clueless.
How would you distill Celine's character? Because seems, you know, very badass and tough, but people like her. So what's likable about Celine?
I think that she's quite a vulnerable, damaged soul underneath. I mean, in the first movie, she was so frozen that she was almost kind of a robot, really. And then I think having to face the fact that everything she ever believed was a lie and that people she trusted had betrayed her and all that kind of broke her down a bit. And then she fell in love with someone and now she doesn't know where they are. So she's probably a little bit more obviously vulnerable than she was in the first movie. You know, you can see the cracks in her and her tough thing a bit better in this movie.
So when you guys stepped into this underworld, how familiar were you with the whole lichens versus vampires story?
Yeah, I'd seen the first one in the cinema, I remember. And then when it came to do it, obviously we kind of we had to re-watch all the films and see all three, which is quite useful because it's got with the prequel, there's such a kind of strong mythology to the whole thing. So yeah, it's fairly familiar.
Yeah, and I'd seen the first and the second prior to any of this, but and then I got the job, and then I rewatched all three, and I think that's important to get the feel of the film because it has such a distinct feeling. It's really unique from any of the other vampire franchises, I think.
It's quite medieval.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of humor in these films. It's very straight. Well, not a lot of. There's none. No. What's that like to play that where you have to just be like really, really serious?
Yeah, when heads are popping off and stuff.
I think it's important to keep like a lightheartedness up to a point, you know, in between.
In between, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, wait, you weren't doing that.
Yeah. What?
A lightheartedness as I rip his head out.
Yeah, smiling, inner smile. No, yeah, between takes, I think you need to, and we, you know, that was very much the kind of atmosphere on set. You need to be able to find the fun in it, otherwise, you know, take it.
Now, Kate is the master death dealer. I'd love to know if she gave either of you or both of you any kind of advice or how to step into the underworld.
Wear more PVC, she told me.
Really?
Yeah.
More? More PVC. I hear that every day.
Not really, because I suppose, you know, you need to kind of find your own kind of footing in it and seat yourself in the history. I don't know.
Including Kate, I think everyone has a really good feel for their own characters and stuff, I think, because I mean the way she plays Celine obviously is fantastic, and yeah, so I think it was good though that it wasn't like, I think you should play it this way, I think you should play it this way. It was more of like a natural, just whatever your innate thing. If you were right for it, then that's why you were cast.
So Detective Sebastian, how does he settle into this very cloistered world that was once cloistered, but now they're kind of the lichens and the vampires are out?
You know, this is the first film in which there's kind of a human component, and I think Detective Sebastian is representative of the human race for the first time, and you know, his emotion, his storyline, his background, all of that plays into his fearlessness and his sense of loss.
Can you talk a little bit about working with Kate?
I can tell you that she is one of the funniest people I've ever worked with. I mean, aside from like a comedian, like she's got a great sense of humor, and the amount of talent that I saw, I mean, she's got this character down, and she can turn it on and off. So I was highly impressed with that. She doesn't need like a lot of rehearsal time or anything. She can do that stuff pretty easily.
Did you need a lot of rehearsal time?
I didn't need a lot of it, but I definitely was trying to get a feel for you know, the pace of the film and all of that by kind of working with her and rehearsing with her, and so I think that was helpful.